What if everything you thought about happiness, freedom, and power was flipped upside down in a single conversation? In a fiery debate hosted by Candace Owens on the YouTube channel Jubilee Surrounded, titled One Conservative versus 20 Feminists, Owens takes on a group of feminists to challenge modern ideas about women's roles, the sexual revolution, and societal structures. Her bold claims spark intense arguments, raw emotions, and surprising insights that make you question what it means to live a fulfilling life in today's world. Whether you lean conservative, feminist, or somewhere in between, this clash of perspectives offers lessons that hit hard and stick with you. Get ready for 10 powerful takeaways that unpack the heart of this debate, each one designed to make you think, feel, and maybe even argue a bit yourself. This debate isn't just a shouting match. It's a window into how we define happiness, power, and progress in 2025. From biology to economics, from family to careers, the conversation digs into what shapes our choices and why we fight so fiercely over them. Let's dive into the 10 key takeaways that will leave you questioning what you thought you knew. Takeaway 1. Sexual revolution reshaped women's lives. The sexual revolution of the 1960s and 1970s changed how women navigate work, relationships, and personal freedom. Candace Owens argues it devalued women by encouraging casual sex, which she says reduces their worth in the eyes of men seeking long-term partners. She points to rising suicide rates and increased alcohol consumption among women as signs of unhappiness since the revolution. Her opponents counter that the revolution gave women access to the workforce and control over their reproductive choices, making them safer and more empowered. For example, one feminist, Somaya, highlights that women are most at risk of violence at home, suggesting the revolution allowed them to escape dangerous domestic settings. Data from the UN in 2023 shows 60% of women murdered are killed by intimate partners, which fuels this argument. Owens insists that easy access to sex without commitment leaves women unfulfilled, while her critics argue freedom to choose their path, work, family, or both, has been a net positive. This clash shows how deeply the sexual revolution still shapes debates about women's roles and happiness. Now, let's explore how this ties into what truly fulfills women in their daily lives. Takeaway 2. Family versus career sparks debate. Owens claims no career can match the joy of raising children, arguing it's a biological drive that brings women true fulfillment. She shares her own story as a mother, saying her kids bring her more joy than her New York Times best-selling book. Her opponents, like John, challenge this, saying it's unfair to assume every woman finds motherhood more fulfilling than personal ambitions, like becoming an author or a TV star. They point out that many women balance both, with 47% of the U.S. workforce being women. Owens counters that financial pressures, like college debt, push women into unfulfilling jobs, not true choice. Critics argue that feminism allows women to pursue careers or motherhood without being forced into one path. The debate reveals a tension between societal expectations and individual desires, with no easy answer for what brings lasting happiness. This debate about fulfillment leads us to question who really holds power in society today. Takeaway 3. Matriarchy or patriarchy divides opinions. Owens boldly claims we live in a matriarchy, not a patriarchy, arguing women have significant social and political influence, like through movements such as Me Too. She says disparities in male-dominated fields, like 90% of S&P 500 CEOs being men, reflect biological differences in interests, not systemic oppression. Her opponent counters with data showing only 25% of the House of Representatives and 28% of the Senate are women, fitting the definition of a patriarchy where men hold most power. Critics argue women face structural barriers, like lack of paid maternity leave or low prosecution rates for sexual violence, with only 7% of reported rapes leading to jail time. Owens insists women's spending power, controlling 85 cents of every dollar spent, shows their influence. This takeaway highlights how the same statistics can be interpreted differently, depending on whether you see biology or systemic issues as the driver. Let's see how these power dynamics affect men's roles in society. Takeaway 4. Feminism impacts men's responsibilities. Owens argues feminism has made life easier for men by reducing their need to commit in relationships, as women offer sex more freely post-sexual revolution. She says this lets men avoid traditional responsibilities like leading a household. Jenny, a feminist, agrees that hookup culture can harm women, but argues men are also hurt by constant exposure to pornography, which Owens calls emasculating. Critics point out that feminism benefits men by fostering emotional intelligence and deeper connections, as seen in Jenny's community of feminist men. Title IX, which boosted women's college attendance by 600%, is cited as a feminist win that helps both genders. However, Owens sees this as a double-edged sword, increasing women's stress through debt and societal pressure to work. This takeaway shows how feminism's effects ripple across both men and women, often in unexpected ways. The tension between choice and pressure naturally leads to the role of biology in shaping our decisions. Takeaway 5. Biology influences career choices. Owens argues that biological differences drive men and women to choose different careers, with women gravitating toward communicative and compassionate fields like journalism or psychology. She cites her daughter's early speech development as evidence of innate traits. Her opponent, Catherine, counters that societal conditioning, like giving girls dolls and boys sports, shapes these choices more than biology. Data shows women now make up half of law school graduates, up from a quarter in the 1980s, suggesting social barriers are easing. Owens insists women's preferences reflect biology, not just conditioning, while critics argue feminism is slowly breaking down stereotypes, allowing women into fields like STEM. This debate underscores how biology and culture intertwine, making it hard to pin down why we choose the paths we do. This focus on biology raises questions about whether women can truly balance work and family. We're halfway through the video. Thanks for sticking with us. If you're enjoying it, hit the thumbs up and share it in your WhatsApp groups. If you'd like to support us, please tap the thanks button below. It helps us keep making great content. Drop a comment and don't forget to hit subscribe for more. Now let's continue with the video. Takeaway 6. Women can't have it all. Owens argues women cannot have it all, meaning balancing a fulfilling career and motherhood is an illusion that stresses women out. She says her ability to work from home makes her an exception, not the rule, as most women are stuck in unfulfilling 9-to-5 jobs. Her opponent, Naima, points out that millions of women, including Owens herself, manage both, and the real issue is economic pressures, not feminism. For example, raising a child costs about $21,000 a year, making single-income households rare. Owens blames feminism for pushing women into debt and jobs that don't satisfy them, while critics argue feminism gives women the freedom to choose their path. This takeaway reveals the harsh reality of balancing societal expectations with personal goals in today's economy. The struggle for balance ties directly to how society views women's worth. Takeaway 7. Sexual freedom affects women's value. Owens claims the sexual revolution devalued women by encouraging casual sex, making it harder for them to find committed partners. She argues men value women less when sex is freely available, citing the rise of platforms like OnlyFans. Zola, a stripper and recording artist, counters that she respects her body and remains celibate, showing not all sex workers fit Owens's stereotype. Critics argue men's demand for such content, not women's choices, drives this dynamic, and feminism empowers women to define their own value. Data shows rape rates have halved in the last 20 years, suggesting women are less objectified, though Owens disputes this, pointing to hypersexualized media. This takeaway challenges us to consider who defines a woman's worth and how. This debate about value leads to the emotional toll of societal pressures. Takeaway 8. Mental health reflects societal shifts. Owens links rising female suicide rates, opioid use, and binge drinking to the pressures of workforce participation and delayed family building. She cites a debunked 2023 study claiming unmarried career women were happiest, arguing it misled women. Her opponents, like Whitney, argue freedom to choose careers or motherhood boosts happiness, with Nordic countries showing high marital satisfaction due to progressive policies. Data shows working mothers spend more time with their kids today than stay-at-home mothers did in the 1960s. Yet mental health struggles persist. Critics argue these issues stem from broader societal problems, not just feminism. This takeaway highlights how mental health reflects the complex interplay of choice, pressure, and expectations. Let's explore how these pressures shape traditional versus modern roles. Takeaway 9. Tradition clashes with modern feminism. Owens defends traditional roles, saying women find more fulfillment in family life than careers, and criticizes feminism for devaluing homemakers. She points to attacks on trad wives like Ballerina Farm as evidence of feminist hostility toward tradition. Jenny counters that feminism supports choice, whether it's being a stay-at-home mom or a career woman, and criticizes the unrealistic portrayal of trad wives on social media. Owens argues women are pressured to reject domestic roles, while critics say feminism fights for options without judgment. This takeaway shows the ongoing tension between embracing tradition and pursuing modern ambitions, with both sides claiming to champion women's freedom. This clash sets the stage for rethinking feminism's true impact. Takeaway 10. Feminism's benefits are debated. Owens argues feminism has been misinterpreted as anti-men, harming both genders by creating unrealistic expectations. She says it pushes women to act like men, undermining their unique strengths. Jenny responds that feminism seeks equality, giving women the same opportunities as men without judgment, and benefits men by fostering emotional depth. For example, men in feminist circles report better relationships. Owens counters that feminism breeds resentment, citing backlash against traditional women. Critics argue feminism's spectrum includes radicals, but ultimately empowers everyone. This takeaway leaves us questioning whether feminism unites or divides us in the pursuit of a better society. This debate between Candace Owens and 20 feminists is more than a clash of ideas. It's a mirror reflecting our struggles with identity, choice, and power in 2025. From the sexual revolution's lasting impact to the tug-of-war between family and career, these takeaways challenge us to rethink what makes us happy and who gets to define it. The arguments show that biology, culture, and economics all shape our lives, but no single path guarantees fulfillment. So, what's your takeaway? Are you team tradition, team feminism, or somewhere in between? Thank you for watching. If you'd like to support this channel, hit the thanks button below. It really helps us keep going. If you enjoyed this summary, please leave a like and share it in your WhatsApp groups. To join discussion about this video, drop a comment below. And for more videos like this, hit the subscribe button below.